Hey, it's Mike from McGee's Collectibles and Toys and Electronics. Anyway, I haven't made a YouTube video for a while, and I came across something worth checking out and asking your opinion on, and see if everybody can weigh in and see what they would do. Please leave it in the comments. Anyway, so here's just a few. Going to try to get at least all 79 of the original Star Wars, with a caveat. I don't mind the retros, and I won't overpay, so I have no problem getting a retro 3 3/4 inch. And if I have to fill in, and obviously if they haven't made one that's a 3 3/4 inch retro version, I'll get the original. So I'm working my way through it, and got a good start here. The little Pac-Man, that's great, and it's vintage, and I got it the other day for $3, and I've been wanting it. I can't believe I got it for $3. What a deal. But that's a whole other story. Now here's another little set of my 3 3/4 inch figures, and this is, I like DC and Marvel. They don't really make enough DC of 3 3/4 inch, even though Spin City did a few from Superman, which was nice, getting two different Jor-Els, Lex Luthor, Lois Lane, Superman, and yeah, that was really nice. Wish they'd do more, but don't think that's going to happen because they bailed out, it sounds like, on the Batman 89, which they were going to do. Anyway, also like the Marvel, I really like Secret Wars and the size. There's a couple Secret Wars in here. You can see Dr. Octopus and Kang, I think, and then you can see the rest. And I think I only need a few. I think I need Dr. Doom and Storm, and that'll get me that little vintage of the Marvel line. That'll get that whole line finished. But anyway, I think I like them a lot, and I still think I'll probably get back into Secret Wars and try to finish that whole run, which I've really just started. But that's a whole other story. Now, for the focus of the video. This is a really rare comic action hero from 1975, Mego, and for a long time, I was born in 1970, I wasn't even sure. I was always into like G.I. Joe's 3 3/4 inch, Star Wars, and really that was about it, which actually kept you busy because there was so much collecting. I didn't just get anything I wanted, so I had to work for whatever I got. So, but anyway, this is a line that when I started selling toys a few years ago, I came across, and I wish I'd have kept, but I really didn't know anything about it. It was the Spider-Man from the same line. And again, I thought Mego's only made 12-inch figures that are more like dolls. Didn't really know they made proper action figures that are small like these. Some people would say 12-inch ones are proper action figures. That's fine. And anyway, so came across the SHAZAM and actually scored it for such a low price that it's actually hard to believe. And I won't say exactly how much, other than it wasn't much. And it is off the card. And when I bought it, I was more than a little annoyed that the people I bought it from, when they listed it, showed it and they said it was off the card, but it also had a piece that comes with the SHAZAM. It's like a little stand he stands on. It almost looks like a light brown half of a railroad tie, and that's where he would like stand against it or whatever if you wanted to stand him up. And he actually stands pretty well, actually. But regardless, this is a really rare figure, especially with the card. Now, if it was still on the card, which obviously, if you were just doing it, if you had a carded collection, you could easily do that. If you weren't trying to deceive or anyone, you could do that for yourself, and it would look great because clearly it's from that. He's a real beauty, and I mean, he's perfect. He looks like the day he was made. I mean, his cape is perfect. It's nice and white. Everything about him is nice. No rubs. Beautiful symbol. And the back of the card is really cool too, and really nice. And I assume this is the run that Mego made of these 3 3/4 inch figures, and probably all around 1975, I would assume. And I would think, and I haven't looked, but I think Shazam's probably the hardest, maybe there's a wide gap even that he's so much more difficult to find. So the point of the video is would you keep the Shazam, which I will never find again at this price, let alone in this condition? I would keep the card, even though I keep my stuff loose, and store it, obviously, and keep it safe. But at the same time, this is a really nice line. It fits in with my 3 3/4 inch. I could easily put it in the case. It would look great. Although now that I see, looking at this picture, they did make a Spider-Man, and he's not even pictured. So that he's in the line, and there may be others that are not pictured that are also in the line, or some pictured that maybe didn't get made. Regardless, it still would be neat to have these, and so that would. And if he's so much more expensive than any other piece, then it would be kind of a great idea to keep him and build it out. It doesn't seem like it's a huge line, and or sell him for way more than I paid for him, like maybe 20 times, and then use the money, because I collect vintage and McFarlane superpowers, and I need the original Kenner Shazam, which a lot of people do, and is not cheap. But I could sell this and have money left over and buy that Shazam and have money for another superpowers figure vintage that I need to finish, and I only need maybe 4 or 5, and so that's a thought. So the question of the video is, would you, if you came across this Shazam and you got it for a really cheap price, would you keep it, work it into your collection, start the collection, sell it, and fill in areas of your collection, or use the money for whatever else you needed? But again, I also collect handheld electronic games, like vintage games from the 1980s, by Tandy and anybody, Mattel, you name it, I love them. So I have a giant collection of those. I could always buy some very difficult ones that are expensive. In that, I could probably buy 3 that are very expensive for the price of this, and essentially I will have paid the cheap price of this and gotten 3 items that I might have been hesitant to pull the trigger on because they're so expensive. So would you flip it and add to your collection other places, or keep it and hold it, or keep it and just maybe even start this line and try to finish it out? Because I'm thinking it's probably not a large line, and it actually would look pretty good. So anyway, so hope you'll like it. Subscribe if you can, leave a comment, and I'll have more videos soon. And take care. Best of wishes.